In the quiet town of Willowbrook, where the streets were lined with old oak trees and the houses had a charm of their own, there lived a retired detective named Mr. Henry Grayson. He was known for his sharp mind and keen eye for detail. Though he had left the bustling city life behind, his love for solving mysteries never faded. One crisp autumn morning, as Mr. Grayson was enjoying his usual cup of tea by the window, there was a knock on his door. Standing there was a young woman, her face pale and her hands trembling. She introduced herself as Miss Emily Carter, the granddaughter of the late Mrs. Eleanor Carter, a wealthy and respected woman in Willowbrook. "Mr. Grayson, I need your help," Emily said, her voice shaking. "My grandmother's most prized possession, a priceless diamond necklace, has gone missing. It's been in our family for generations, and now it's vanished, without a trace." Mr. Grayson invited her in and listened carefully as she explained. The necklace had last been seen in the family's grand mansion, locked. Murder in Major Key. Title: Murder in Major Key. In the small, picturesque town of Harmonia, known for its love of music and arts, the annual Harmonia Music Festival was the highlight of the year. Musicians from all over the country gathered to perform, and the town buzzed with excitement. But this year, the festival took a dark turn. It was the night of the grand finale, and the famous pianist, Victor Langston, was set to perform his masterpiece, Symphony in Major Key. The concert hall was packed, and the audience waited in anticipation. But as the curtains rose, Victor was found slumped over his piano, lifeless. The room erupted in chaos. Detective Clara Hayes, a sharp and methodical investigator with a passion for music, was called to the scene. Clara had once been a violinist herself, but a hand injury had ended her musical career. Now, she used her attention to detail and love for puzzles to solve crimes. The initial examination revealed that Victor had been poisoned. A small vial of a strange, bitter-smelling liquid was found near the piano. Clara knew this was no accident. It was murder. The suspects were many. Victor was a brilliant musician, but he was also known for his arrogance and fiery temper. He had made enemies over the years, and Clara had to dig deep to uncover the truth. First, there was Eleanor Hart, Victor's ex-wife and a talented cellist. Their divorce had been messy, and Eleanor had publicly accused Victor of stealing her compositions. She had been seen arguing with him backstage before the performance. Next was Marcus Reed, Victor's protégé and a rising star in the music world. Marcus had been overshadowed by Victor for years, and rumors swirled that Victor had been planning to cut ties with him. Marcus had access to Victor's dressing room and was seen lingering near the piano earlier that evening. Then there was Sophia Blake, the festival organizer. Sophia had invested heavily in Victor's performance, and his sudden death threatened to ruin the festival's reputation. Clara discovered that Victor had been demanding more money and threatening to pull out of the event. Finally, there was Dr. Leonard Graves, the town's eccentric chemist and a close friend of Victor's. Dr. Graves was known for his experiments with rare chemicals, and Clara found it suspicious that he had been seen near the concert hall earlier that day. Clara began piecing together the clues. She examined the vial of poison and traced it back to Dr. Graves' lab. However, when she confronted him, he claimed the poison had been stolen weeks ago. Clara then turned her attention to Marcus, who had a clear motive but no solid evidence linking him to the crime. Eleanor, on the other hand, had a strong alibi. She had been performing with the orchestra during the time of the murder. Sophia, too, seemed to have no direct connection to the poison. Just as Clara was about to hit a dead end, she noticed something peculiar. On Victor's piano sheet music, a few notes were circled in red ink. At first glance, it seemed like a composer's markings, but Clara recognized it as a code. Using her musical knowledge, she deciphered the notes to spell out the word ELAANOR. Clara confronted Eleanor, who broke down in tears. She confessed that Victor had been blackmailing her threatening to reveal a secret from her past that would ruin her career. In a moment of desperation, she had poisoned his drink before the performance. The case was solved, but Clara couldn't shake the sadness of it all. The music festival ended on a somber note, and the town of Harmonia mourned the loss of its star musician. As for Clara, she returned to her quiet life, knowing that even in a town filled with beautiful melodies, darkness could still find its way in. And so, the mystery of the murder in Major Key was closed, but the echoes of the tragedy would linger in Harmonia for years to come.